And so nobody has to be hungry at all.
Canadian chef and entrepreneur Mark Brand has spent the last decade focused on changing and advocating for issues like food insecurity, food waste, and mental health.
I operate a nonprofit and a charitable business here under the name of a Better Life Foundation and Upward Mobility Kitchens. And we do about 2,000 meals a day in our program, in our meal program, of scratch-made food that's delivered to shelters, single-room occupancy hotels, predominantly women and children fleeing violence, and also our local BIPOC communities that are struggling to make ends meet.
Brand says over the years he has partnered with dozens of organizations, providing almost 4 million meals to date. In 2011, he reopened a local Vancouver restaurant and butcher shop called Save on Meats. Besides being a community diner, they have a token program that allows members of the community to redeem a token for a free meal. And they also host culinary programs.
So we teach people to cook on induction, to cook with the microwaves that they might have in their single room.
In addition to his work in Vancouver, he also helps the New York Food Bank, does charitable work in Toronto, hosts a podcast called Better with Mark Brand, and that's not all.
So one of my predominant jobs, I sit as a United Nations catalyst in the section of like food and poverty and security and sovereignty and all of those things wrapped up into one. We produce enough food agriculturally to feed 20 billion people.
He says as a society, we waste a lot of food, and it's important to learn to work with what you have in the kitchen. During our conversation, he whipped up a quick taco recipe using older ingredients in his fridge.
I had remnants of a jalapeno that I did some prep out here, this sad-looking lemon, and I'm going to just quickly take our avo and make a beautiful base. Sliced avocado is delicious. I keep agave and honey around for everything. When making things tasty, thinking about all the different parts of the palate and flavor, a little bit of salt, and then dear friends of mine here in Vancouver make this chili oil. So that's what that looks like. This is just what that turns out to be, right? Like a little bit of roasted veg. And nothing else was done to this. We'll take a little bit of this veg, steaming hot, pop it directly into our tortilla. This is a meal in my hand.
For CityNews, I'm Stella Acquisto.